Hi, hello, welcome to Lingualistica. Today we are going to talk about the story The Dead by James Joyce. At first, this story seems quiet and simple. It begins with a social gathering full of music, food, conversation, and tradition. But slowly, the story becomes deeper and more emotional. It is not only about a party, it is about memory, love, identity, regret, and the way the past continues to live inside us. The Dead is about a dinner party that slowly turns into a reflection on life, love, and mortality. The main character, Gabriel Conroy, attends an annual gathering with his wife Greta. At the party, people talk, sing, dance, and share memories. But beneath the warmth of the celebration, the story quietly explores loneliness, emotional distance, and the hidden lives people carry inside them. The story begins at a festive gathering hosted by Gabriel's aunts. There is music, food, conversation, and social expectation. Gabriel tries to behave properly and impress others with his speech and manners. But even in his warm setting, he feels anxious about how people see him. This is important because Gabriel's confidence is not as strong as it appears. Gabriel Conroy is educated, respected, and well spoken, but he is also insecure. He worries about saying the wrong thing, being judged, and not appearing intelligent enough. He wants to understand the people around him, but he often sees them through his own assumptions. Through Gabriel, Joyce shows a person who is socially confident on the outside, but emotionally uncertain on the inside. Later in the story, Greta hears a song that deeply affects her. The song reminds her of someone from her past. For Gabriel, this moment is confusing because he realizes there is a part of his wife's inner life that he does not fully know. The song becomes a key that unlocks memory. It brings back emotions that were hidden, quiet, and unresolved. Greta remembers a young man named Michael Fury. He loved her deeply when they were younger, and he died long ago. This memory shocks Gabriel because he realizes that Greta once experienced a love that was intense and unforgettable. Michael Fury is no longer alive, but his memory still has emotional power. This moment makes Gabriel feel small, humbled, and deeply aware of the past. After hearing Greta's memory, Gabriel begins to understand something important and painful. Love, memory, and grief are deeper than he imagined. He realizes that he may not know his wife as completely as he thought. He also begins to see himself more honestly. This is Gabriel's emotional awakening. It is the moment of humility because he understands that every person carries private memories and hidden emotional worlds. At the end of the story, snow falls across Ireland. The snow becomes one of the most powerful symbols in the story. It falls over everyone, the living and the dead. It connects people across time, memory, loss, and mortality. The snow suggests silence, unity, and the quiet presence of the past. It reminds us that life and death are connected and that no one is untouched by memory. We should still read The Dead today because it shows how one memory can change the way we see love, life, and ourselves. The story reminds us that people are more complicated than they appear. Even the people closest to us may carry memories we do not fully understand. It is a quiet story, but it leaves a powerful emotional impact. It teaches us to look at others with more humility and compassion. In a simple idea, The Dead is a quiet story about how the past lives inside memory, love, and grief. It begins with a party, but it ends with a deep realization about life and mortality. Gabriel learns that love is not always simple, and that memory can be stronger than the present. That is why The Dead remains one of James Joyce's most powerful stories. For more lessons made simple about literature and more stories, please follow Lingualistica. See you in the next one.